Okay, let's now move to the next question. Can you explain me the concept of throttling in JavaScript? Yes, I know about throttling. So throttling is basically a technique that is used to control the rate at which a particular function or a process is executed. It ensures that a process is not executed frequently in a certain threshold, thereby limiting the number of time a particular function is executed in a certain amount of time. Okay. Can you explain me with any example? Yes, I will give you example for throttling. So you must have seen in many application on sign up pages basically. So there is a CTA named as get OTP. So whenever a user click on get OTP CTA, timer will be executed. The button will be disabled and the timer will be executed, saying if you didn't receive the OTP, you can perform this action again in some time. Let's say 1 minute. So this is basically one of the application of throttling. See, what happen is whenever a user click on a get OTP CTA, an API is hit, and on the backend side the API is performing some action and triggering an email. Meanwhile, after triggering an email, the API will send a response to frontend that email is sent. But sometimes it can happen that email is taking longer to get delivered to the user mailbox. So for this reason, the application keep some buffer time so that the user will not keep on bombarding or clicking the CTA if they don't get the OTP. Also we don't want that user spam the OTP, because it is taking resources to get the email sent to the mailbox. So we don't want that user to keep clicking on that CTA to get the OTP. So to get rid of this problem, basically throttling is used. So in this example, we have basically talk about three things. One is rate limiting, second is resource management, so third is basically improved user experience. Oh, okay, great example, Prachal. So can you implement the same that you have talked about, the same example? Yes, I can implement this. Let me quickly share my screen. So let me share it. Here we go. Yeah, and let me quickly open my VS Code to implement the code. Okay, so let me quickly create one readme file so that we will note down the point. Readme.md. Okay, first I need to create a get OTP CTA. Second, show the timer after clicking on CTA. Okay, and third will be basically throttle the execution after clicking on get OTP CTA. Okay, can you please add one more point in this list? So basically you have to compare the both implementation. So before implementing throttling, what is the behavior, and after implementing throttling, what is the behavior? So please add this point also. Okay, so fourth point will be basically I have to compare before and after implementation. Okay, cool. So let me quickly first create index.html file, very basic. Inside also I will create one style.css file and one index.js file. Okay, index. So in HTML file basically I will create one HTML code snippet, throttling example. Okay, so let me quickly go to the browser and check this. Okay, so let me quickly get the link CSS. Here we have dot slash. Cool. Also inside the body I will add the script, which will be /JavaScript. Cool. So first of all, we will create one button. In button it will say get OTP, and it will have one class. Let's say no, I will give this ID OTP button. Cool. OTP button. So also we can add one h3 tag, Throttling Example, and in style.css, basically a very basic CSS to keep everything centered. Okay, get OTP. We will quickly add some CSS to ID. Okay, ID basically height 30 pixel, width let's say 120 pixel, maybe background color green, and what else, text color, oh no, it will be color white. What will be the ID OTP button, perfect. We have a button ready. So next we have to basically below this button we will create a paragraph. Let's say its ID will be para. Inside this we will show some text. Let's say didn't receive the OTP question mark, resend in 0 seconds. CONDS. Okay. So this will be basically a span variable. I will give ID to this also, time. Okay. So let's move to the JavaScript now. So first of all, I will add a event listener so that everything will be executed after the content is loaded. Next let's grab the button first. OTP button document dot query selector. Query selector will be basically what we have our OTP button, and this is ID. Cool. We have button. Let's say we will get our paragraph text also. We will copy the code from here. We have ID in this para. Also we will get timer text. So is this as timer. Okay. So now on OTP button dot we will add a event listener. Click event listener, and on clicking basically let me first console.log OTP. So we will open console here. We will clear something. Okay, cool. So this button is working now. Basically we have to hide this paragraph, and we will show this paragraph once we click the button. Okay, let's do it. In style.css, basically OTP button, we have our paragraph. It is para, and we will basically do is display none. Okay, and as soon as we will click button, what we will do is we have our paragraph text dot style dot display. That will be block, not clock, it will be block. As soon as we will click, we have this. Cool. So now we have to basically show the timer here. So for timer, as soon as we will click, the timer should start. Okay, so how we will execute this? We will basically have to set an interval of 1 second. At every 1 second we have to perform something. So let's say we have let timer or clock timer. So it will be, let's say initially it will be 5 seconds. Okay, let me create one more variable named as timer. That will be 5 seconds, 5000 milliseconds. So this timer will be used afterward when we create a throttle function and we have to pass the delay. So this will be used then. So here we will define my timer by 1000. So this will be 5 seconds. So as soon as we will get into the interval, what we have to do, we have to first basically timer text dot inner HTML is equal to clock timer. Okay, here 5 seconds. So soon as we will here, so clock timer is equal to clock timer minus 1, and we will basically again update this by our new clock timer. Let's check this. 5 4 3 2 1 0. Now it is going to do this. Okay, so let me create a condition. If clock timer is greater than equal to 0, then only implement this. Cool. 5 4 3 2 1 0 minus 1. Okay, if it is greater than equal to 1, basically let's say if clock timer is equal to 0. So if clock timer is 0, we have to basically clear our interval. So to clear our interval, let interval is equal to null initially. Afterwards we will reassign this and we will clear interval. Okay, clock timer not 0, basically minus 1, because when it will be 0 it will be reduced by 1. If clock timer is minus 1, clear timer is this, and again we have to basically change the clock timer to this, and we have to basically update the text also. 5 4 3 2 1 0 5. Perfect. Now this is done. Now we have to basically create a throttle function. So basically if we see that if we keep on clicking this CTA, you can see that there is something wrong happening. So basically we have to control this by introducing the throttle function. So let's say we have function throttling, which will be this one. Okay, so inside the throttling we will basically return a function which will have some arguments. So basically in throttling we need to pass two arguments, which is one is callback function, one will be delay. Okay, callback and delay, correct. So basically what we have to do in this is we have to basically wait. If our throttling function is already in execution, then we basically need to do nothing, we just have to return. So let wait, so initially wait will be false. If we have wait, so what this means is, if the function is currently waiting the timer to be finished, so we basically what we have to do, we have to just return true. Nothing we have to do, we have to return true. Else, if not, if the wait is false, that is initial case, then we have to basically call the callback with the arguments, and after calling the function we have to basically wait. So after calling the function we will again wait for the delay. So if the wait is true, after that we have to basically implement the set timeout. So after some delay we have to again make this wait variable to false, because let's say we have passed 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds we will again have to implement this. So the user should be able to execute this after this particular delay. So after this particular delay we have made this wait variable false. So if the user will execute the function, he or she will be able to execute. Here we have one mistake, format. So we just need to okay, oh no, this need to be executed outside. Also what we will do is, we will do one thing, we will handle make a separate function for this execution. We will separate out this and call handle click here. So if we will format this, and just now we have to throttling, introduce the throttling here. It will take a callback function and delay. Let's say we already have a variable for this delay. This should be here, time correct, and now it is good to go. Let us check this. If we will click get OTP CTA, timer is started to 1:05. This is okay. So now let us click couple of times here, so nothing is happening. So we can see that in this particular time the user will only be able to click once. Let me clear this, let me click once more time and see if I am continuously clicking but nothing is happening. So this is basically our implementation of throttling function.